My name is Nassime Saps.
So, you know, there's obviously one guy in the race who is drawing some enormous crowds. And, you know, the way I see Pierre Poilievre is I see him as a globalist. I see him as the chosen one by Klaus Schwab and his, you know, gang of psychopaths. And you know, it's amazing to me how these career politicians, because Pierre's never really accomplished anything in his life other than being a career politician.
Right.
And in this landscape of where we're at right now, we all know that career politicians right across the board all over the world are corrupt, right?
Yeah.
And the simple fact that, you know, that I saw this yesterday, I don't know if it's the truth or not, but Pierre's net worth as a career politician is $9 million. So
wow.
How is that possible? And how is that allowed in a free and democratic society? Because as politicians, you work for me. I don't work for you.
Right.
Right?
Right, exactly.
And that seems to have been flipped.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form, where these guys think that they're untouchable.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, it kind of blows you away to, you know, a young guy, he's a professional politician, got out of university, went straight into politics. How did he accumulate $9 million in net worth? Mm-hmm. Well, we know how that happens, right? They're being bought.
Right.
They're being paid for. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, you know, we're seeing evidence, like I think Julie Pagnas has published on Beyond the Narratives that mm-hmm. there are linkages there to Pierre to the World Economic Forum.
Yep.
And we know some of his advisors, John Baird, are members of the World Economic Forum. So I'm very concerned about that as well. Like, you know, so if I were elected to lead the Conservative Party, I would be asking anybody that's going to be in actually all members, you can't serve two masters. You're either going to serve the Canadian people, you cannot have affiliation with the World Economic Forum, the UN, or the World Health Organization in a direct way. There can be no affiliation. I have no affiliation to the World Economic Forum. I have zero interest. Mm-hmm. The money I have, I earned it. Yes. Over a 50-plus year career. Yes.
World.
Yeah.
Run by, you know, the what's that saying? The insane are running the asylum.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. So,
like, I've sat with Pierre many times. Pierre Poilievre. I told him he was full of shit, right to his face. And he is. He is. Pierre's the chosen one, the Trojan horse. Pierre's the Trojan horse, right? Because there hasn't been a fair election in this country for a long time. Because the World Economic Forum has been planning this thing for decades, right? For decades. So each candidate has to submit financial records. And so they went after Pierre's wife. And Pierre's wife just hired a whole bunch of lawyers to not see her tax returns. So they're not using Pierre, they're using the wife to filter the money, right? So I'm just putting it out there. It's out there, right? So we're fighting communists. We are fighting communists. And when you fight them, they don't fight fairly. They don't follow the rules, nothing.
To get our country back on the right track, it's up to Canadians. If Canadians have a choice, we can either create heaven on earth here or hell on earth. Right now, we've done a pretty good job of creating hell on earth, and I think it's because Canadians have not, you've been standing up very vocally, Theo, and I appreciate that about you. And I think I'm asking all Canadians, get off your hands and stand up for our country.
Something underground and strange is in our midst. It's scientists open gateways to the dark abyss, and governments want access cause they can't resist. Their interest is to weaponize and enlist interdimensional beings who have abilities, who have intentions to pose as higher entities. But their deceptions are shown throughout history, and who they are and what they want is not a mystery, cause we've made contact. We're going way back. Through every culture and time they've had an impact. They've come to lay traps, the hearts are pitch black, and now we're under attack. Truth has been hijacked. These are not light beams, man, that's a pipe dream. If you can see through the veil, it's like a fight scene. Sinister visitors are diabolic monsters, mischievous tricksters, sick, wicked imposters. They promise wisdom for sacrificial victims. They need the blood and the rituals they're driven, and the elites are the ones that feed these demons, and they're controlling many people for a season. Aliens and UFOs, fallen angels in mind control. Do you really know who's friend from foe? These are the things that we expose. Computers, robots, outer space, a secret underground government base. Did we evolve from the apes? So many questions that we face. Evil elitists who offer no apology, witches and warlocks controlling our technology, sigils and symbols and logos in their imagery. They sold their souls into a lion and facsimile. Uncanny valleys that seem strangely familiar. The grand finale changing DNA with CRISPR. The grand illusion, the alien deception. They laid the groundwork since history's inception. All these connections are more than a coincidence. Humans controlled and played just like their instruments. And yes, our government is deep into the cover-up. Research the Collins elite and do some follow-up. Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons, and Babylon working. Google the Moonchild, it's disturbing. What you'll determine is our history's been hidden. The fallen angels have been here since the beginning. Aliens and UFOs, fallen angels in mind control. Do you really know who's friend from foe? These are the things that we expose. Computers, robots, outer space, a secret underground government base. Did we evolve from the apes? So many questions that we face. So rock on, rock on.
It's my great privilege to announce the results. Nous avons un nouveau chef. We have a new leader. The next Prime Minister of Canada, la prochaine Premier Ministre de Canada.
The next Prime Minister of Canada.
Poilievre and Enalpekaf.
The Honourable Pierre Poilievre.